Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE Clash of Champions 2016 review. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for the fact that I have been gone for an entire week without doing any kind of reviews on anything such as SmackDown, Raw, or UFC random reviews. I do apologize. Plus, also to inform you guys about the TNA, my first TNA review is going to be for Bound for Glory. It's not going to be on the exact same day that the event actually happens. I'm going to watch it on a website to catch it, just to see how the event went, and I'll definitely give a review during that week, probably by Thursday. So keep an eye out for that by after October 2nd. And then I will continue reviews on TNA as long as they're still in business at that point, unless they get bought out by somebody. But with all that being said, let's get things started for Clash of Champions and get this show on the road, shall we? The first match of the night was for the tag team titles between the New Day, the tag team champions, against the Club, which is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. This match actually was fantastic. Back and forth action. Very enjoyable. Hell of a lot better than SummerSlam's match. And it ended with New Day retaining the championship belts. So, with that being said, who is it going to be that beats the New Day for those tag team titles? Here's my opinion on that. I think Enzo Amore and Colin Cass need to get this storyline BS with the Shining Stars over with and done with. I believe that Enzo and Cass at that point should go up against the Club in a number one contenders match on a Monday Night Raw episode leading up to Hell in a Cell. The New Day go up against Enzo and Cass for the tag team titles. The New Day actually retain the championships. Yes, I am saying retain the titles and then go on to Survivor Series in a triple threat elimination tag team match where the winner gets decided at that point and Enzo and Cass win the tag titles there. I think that would be perfect. Number one, it would be at a big pay-per-view. Number two, I think that would be a fantastic idea for the tag team division to have some sort of... because these three tag teams are really the biggest ones going right now in WWE at a tag team competition. Usos have really turned things around. They're starting to get a little bit better on SmackDown. But these three tag teams are the best out of the bunch, out of all tag team division overall in WWE. And I think that would be an awesome idea for them to do. So that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about the whole idea that I came up with for the tag team titles to change hands at Survivor Series. And their build-up of getting Enzo and Cass to win the tag titles. The next match from there was TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight Championship. I really liked the lighting. They matched it up with the CWC Cruiserweight Classic event, making the lights purple, and the ropes were actually purple. They changed the ropes for the specific match, which was really kind of cool. Never seen that done before at any point in time that they had the Cruiserweight division. So, moving on from that point, TJ Perkins actually walks away with the Cruiserweight title, and it was a very decent, really good tag team title match. Going back to the Cruiserweight title match. Now, going back to the tag team title match, I forgot to give the rating. My overall rating on this match was definitely a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The Cruiserweight match, I would definitely give it a 3.5 as well. Simply because it was a little bit slow at some points, but, I mean, it wasn't that bad either. So it was really a decent match overall for a beginning stages of the Cruiserweight division in the WWE again. But it was a really good match. I think it was awesome and very enjoyable. Next match after that was Cesaro versus Sheamus. Ladies and gentlemen, if you caught this match and you wasted your time, and they gave them 16 minutes to perform, with it being a no contest because both men got counted out and were injured. The Cruiserweight title match, which was the final match between these two was really good, but it was good, but it was just like, who fucking cares? The build up to it meant nothing. It's just the same old shit for a best out of 7 series. So who gives a fuck? I mean, they give them 16 minutes. The Cruiserweight division got 10. That's ridiculous. Completely uncalled for. Not to mention, you could have thrown a little bit more time in for the tag team titles match, which was better than that too. And they only had 6 minutes to work with as well. So that's really ridiculous, in my opinion, to spend all that time and don't even have a finish. That's ridiculous. Cesaro and Sheamus end up having a no contest. I don't know what they're doing at this point. Maybe they're going to close out the series on Raw, or they're going to wait until Hell in a Cell and finish it out there and just have a big build-up for the final match, which I think is going on way too long. But whatever the case may be, I don't know. Could care less. Who gives a shit? Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn. This one, that match, by the way, was just a 3 out of 5 stars. The action was good for the best of 7 series, but the ending was just complete trash. Now, moving on to Chris Jericho and Sami Zayn. Chris Jericho and Sami Zayn was a really decent match. I mean, I give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. I mean, there could have been a little bit more excitement. To be quite honest with you, this match should have been on a Monday Night Raw episode, because I personally did not... It didn't really attract my interest so much. There wasn't enough build behind it to put it on pay-per-view. Maybe if there was more time between the time they started this rivalry to the pay-per-view, I would say, yeah, go ahead and do that. But overall, it just really did not make me go, yeah, let's, go crazy over it. It was 3 out of 5 stars as well. Chris Jericho, unfortunately, won this match. That I did not agree with either. I believe Sami Zayn should have walked away with the victory. I mean, Chris Jericho doesn't have anything else more to prove. Him winning a match, I don't understand what the purpose of that was. But he really should have been jobbing out to Sami Zayn in this match. So I thought that was really ridiculous for them to do. And didn't really agree with the end result. I mean, Chris Jericho gets hit with everything that Sami Zayn could throw at him. He kicks out, and then Jericho plays possum and comes out of nowhere with the code breaker and wins by hitting the code breaker and getting the 1, 2, 3. Didn't like that too much. That one thing that I have to mention, Sami Zayn's little signature move that he does, where he jumps in between the ropes from the corner post and hits a tornado DDT. I really believe at some point, if he keeps playing his luck, he will end up getting injured or injuring somebody else. Because that move looks very dangerous if performed incorrectly. Make one small mistake, you're going to injure yourself or the person you're working with. And that really sucks. That move he botched in this match, which I've never seen him do. He always hit that move pretty much perfectly. And he did not hit that move really well at all in this match. And I think eventually he's going to have to let that move just get out of his repertoire, because that move is way too fucking dangerous. But, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm not going to say that he should stop it completely. I mean, I love the move, but it's just really in his best interest to his health and his career, as well as the person he's working with. I think that he really should take that out of his repertoire. Moving on to the next match, Charlotte defending the Women's Championship belt against Sasha Banks and Bayley. I actually did not mind this match very much, except for the ending. The ending, I didn't quite understand. These three women hit each other with everything they had, and at the end of the match, Bayley gets hit with a big boot by Charlotte, and that's the end. Really? Like, natural selection wouldn't have done the deal, but a big boot to the head does. Okay, well, that sounds a little ass backwards and a little retarded, but whatever. This match, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Decent, okay match. Like the triple threat match, it was okay. Too much interference, though, going on throughout, but it wasn't bad overall. Alright, so moving on. Roman Reigns versus Rusev. This match for the United States title reminded me a lot of the match they had on Raw just before SummerSlam. It was a decent match. Saying much for Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns absolutely fucking sucks in my opinion. I give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a good match overall, but again, I did see a little bit of effort on Roman Reigns' part to improve and have a variety of different moves in some ways, but most of his in-ring work tonight was pretty much the same as usual, with a little extra put in, but not a whole lot. And that's a major problem with me. I don't like the same stupid moves performed over and over and over again. It really gets dull and boring, and that's what everyone else is probably sick of as well. Not to mention a few other things, but to be quite honest with you, my opinion about his mic skills and everything, I don't really care. I really don't. It doesn't bother me all that much. He sounds like a pretty standard okay guy, and all that. So, I mean, nothing to cry home about, like he's the greatest talker on the planet. Fuck no, he ain't nowhere near that, but who really cares? The guy at least performs somewhat decently on the mic. He should be a guy that doesn't do too much talking. He really doesn't need to. His power and strength ability speaks for itself. Roman Reigns in this match did walk away winning the United States title. This is another decision made by WWE I did not agree with. Why does Roman Reigns need to win the United States Championship? I could imagine him being a transitional champion, carrying the belt to Hell in a Cell and losing it to Rusev, and Rusev winning it back by a screwjob finish, but I just didn't like the idea of Rusev losing the title to Roman Reigns. I didn't think that was absolutely necessary. Then again, maybe people would disagree with me. Maybe people would be happy with the idea of Roman Reigns carrying around the U.S. title. I highly doubt it, simply because of the fact nobody likes this dude. So, I mean, quite honest with you, I really don't... It really doesn't affect me one way or another. I just think that him being the U.S. champion is kind of silly, since Rusev was doing a decent job as the U.S. champion. He just needed to be there a little bit more to help this rivalry become more important than what it was and how they made it. But it was an alright match. It wasn't nothing bad. Rusev did very well for himself in that match, and so did Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns and Rusev's first match that they had at Raw the week before SummerSlam actually was really good. I really enjoyed that match, surprisingly. Kevin Owens defends the the Universal Champion, not the U.S. title, what the fuck. The Universal title against Seth Rollins. This match was a 4 out of 5 stars. It would have been a 4.5 out of 5 stars if there wasn't an interference by Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho goes ahead at the end of this match. The match is going pretty smooth. well put together match by both men, and they had Chris Jericho interfere in this match to help out Kevin Owens. Now, would somebody please tell me how in the world Kevin Owens and Jericho have become friends at the Clear Blue? It really astonishes me how they can do something like that. It doesn't make any sense, as it's been placed on other YouTube channels that they say it doesn't make sense either, of the things that go on in WWE storylines. This was just completely retarded. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens should have been just one-on-one with no interference. The only thing that should have happened, referee gets knocked down. Kevin Owens looks for a way to cheat, gets the belt, hits Seth Rollins with the championship, hits his push-up power bomb, and gets the 1, 2, 3. And that's how the match should have ended, ladies and gentlemen. There shouldn't have been no outside interference and all this nonsense. It should have been just simple. The referee gets hit. Seth Rollins gets hit with the title by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens hits his finisher. End of match. Done. That should have been the end of the match, if they wanted to go with the route of Kevin Owens retaining. And they did the right thing, though, of having Kevin Owens retain. I believe that's what they should do. I believe Kevin Owens being the Universal Champion is the best for Raw right now. I think they need to put Seth Rollins, build him up as a babyface. They might do a Shield reunion type of thing. If they do, great. If they don't, I really could care less. I don't want to see Roman Reigns tag teaming with Seth Rollins, to be honest with you. I could see Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose maybe doing that, possibly putting their issues aside, but it's kind of hard to do that when they're on different brands, so that doesn't even make any sense either. Point being is that they're talking about having Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins together later on in the coming weeks and whatnot, and to be quite honest with you, they had their opportunity with Roman Reigns coming down the ring to save Seth Rollins by stopping Chris Jericho from interfering in the match. He didn't do no such thing, so to be straight up with you guys, there's no reason to possibly think that any of that's going to happen right now at this point. So, that's just my opinion, guys. I liked the pay-per-view. I thought it was okay. Would I say that SmackDown's pay-per-view was better than Raw's pay-per-view? I don't know. It's kind of a hard way to, it's hard to judge. But I thought it was both shows were actually really good in comparison to each other. So it's hard to put one show over the other. So both pay-per-views, in my opinion, were very decent, well put together shows. And I really enjoyed watching them. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments and opinions down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a great night, guys.